Hello everybody, Toreno here, and today we are going to take a look at the dev blog for the CV 9030 Finn, which is a Swedish vehicle that has been exported to Finland. Now this is going to be a new light tank in the Swedish Tech Tree, and it's going to be at rank 6, so pretty similar to the already existing CV 9040s. Of course we've got the B and C variants of those vehicles already in the game. Now unlike the 9040B and C, this comes with a 30mm Bushmaster autocannon. Now, of course, it does come with a variety of different ammo types. Of course, this is belt fed with 80 rounds per belt. But most importantly, it does come with a pure anti-tank belt, which consists of the Mark 258 APFS DS rounds. Now, assuming these are the same ones as used on the Italian VCC 8030, these will have a penetration at 500 metres of about 110mm. Now, the 40mm guns as used on the 9040B and C, by comparison, with their stock APFS DS round, have a penetration of 137mm at 500 metres. So the 40mm guns are 27mm better with regards to penetration, and they actually have a faster fire rate, which kind of surprised me. They have a fire rate of 300 rounds a minute, while the Bushmaster only has a fire rate of 200 rounds. At least the one on the Italian vehicle. I don't know if the Finnish one might get a different Bushmaster 30mm autocannon, but I somehow doubt it. So this will probably come before the 9040Bs, probably, or maybe an equivalent battle rating. I'm not entirely sure. When it comes to armour, this does look to be very similar to the 9040B, so it's probably going to have the same armour. So probably a maximum armour thickness of 20mm. Though you can see that there is a bit of sloping, especially around the front. Though, of course, the sides and rear are completely flat. And there isn't a massive amount of armour on the roof of the vehicle, making you vulnerable to enemy air attacks. Though there is a little bit of additional armour within the hull. Mobility is pretty good. On a straight road, it will have a top speed of 78 km an hour, or about 48.5 miles per hour, which is pretty fast. Though, of course, that's on smooth terrain. As soon as you go cross-country, that's going to be a whole different story. And lastly, it comes with a crew of 3, which would be a driver, commander, and gunner. And we're told that the commander does have night sight optics, and the gunner has access to a thermal imager, which of course makes this excellent for picking out enemy targets. We don't really get told much else in the dev blog. We're told about the engine being at the front of the vehicle, which should in theory provide extra protection. Though, of course, it could also just end up providing additional spalling material if a round was to penetrate. And, of course, because it's not at the rear of the tank, if you take a shot from the already thin rear, then there's going to be, a lot of damage done there. So, yeah, this looks to be a decent addition for the Finnish Tech Tree. Whether it will go in the Finnish sub-tree or whether it will go before the 9040B, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure where it would go on the Finnish Tech Tree because, of course, you've got T54... then the T55s, T72, then the Leopards. I'm not sure if maybe it'll fit between the T72 and the Leopard 2, maybe. It'd be a bit of a weird one to fit in. I suspect they'll just keep it in the light tank lineup, but under a Finnish flag. And in some sort of separate news, I'm hoping to get the first episode of Swedish vehicles that need adding to War Thunder out by Sunday, hopefully. If not this Sunday, it'll definitely be done by next Sunday. It depends on how busy I'm going to be this weekend. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that as well. And yeah, this will be a welcome addition to War Thunder. Anyway, just a quick video for today. I've been Toreno, and I'll see you next time.